Hello everybody, welcome. I'm your host DK10. We are here from Thursday night's race at SUZUKA, the land of the rising sun. As you can see, we are all prepped. And the Skyver taking a pole position here at SUZUKA East. We are missing a driver. The double champ is missing from tonight. But that just puts more points up for grabs for those that aren't normally in the mix but will be in the mix. And you know, the Sprint King, Chalky12 was, how are we doing, buddy? How are you? Nice to see you, Mr. Chris. Mr. Chris is in the room, the title whisperer himself. As you can see, Chalky12, the Sprint King, is not on the pole position as we have seen in late in his Porsche. But he's close enough there in second place is Chalky12, and Mr. Chris, who is in the room, will start off in third place. Joyce had a cracking little qualifying session, did he not? Putting it in fourth. Best of the rest so far. Ricky J in fifth. DK10 in sixth. Dazzler67 will start in seventh. And Big Frank will start in eighth place. This is a 15-minute sprint race. And then we will head over to the endurance on the full GP circuit for 40 minutes. Should be fun. Let's see how we get on. Let's get it started. We'll start with best of the rest, the comedian of the group. Let me just turn that down a little, just a little bit. There we go. Don't want no overfeed or out like that. Should be good. And we're away. Joyce didn't even get off the line, but there we go. Dropped a nut, did he not? He was still sat there revving the engine off it. Let's get down the order. From 6th to 4th, we don't mind a bit of that. Well, 5th place even. Get out of there, get them views, get a little throw. There we go. Butler from 3rd, already in the lead into turn 1. Being handed out by Chalk as well in the Porsche. 2nd, the main 2nd. The tyre whisperer himself leading us all through the first lap, through the S's. Running a little bit of TC there, keeps the car nice and stable on this tight technical circuit. This corner will surprise her if you don't get it right. There's a lot of gravel to be had around the outsides. Being hurried by the Chalk as well. We'll be right under the rear wing. Back down into turn 1. We've got 15 minutes of this and already done a lap. 52 seconds there. We'll only get quicker as Butler going defensive versus the Chalk. Ricky J's up to 3rd place. Being closely followed by DK10 and Duskivo, as we've seen last week. That Toyota is not good at getting off the line. Toyota saying they was going for more apex speed, more cornering speed. As DK10 is having a look at Ricky J there, we've just seen him having a look up the inside, but Ricky J certainly putting on a performance this season in the Team Subaru. Certainly knows how to mix it with the big boys. As Duskivo is having a look around the outside of DK10. Not sure, a little bit of a tap there, but not going to get that one done. Get this nice and tight. That's really just a little bit wide. They don't want to run too wide. Ooh, just managed to save that. Got his tyres on the green stuff. Got it all kinds of wrong. Could have been even worse. Seeing it done. Big Frank saying a look at the up. Then a look at Dazzle just showing interest, just pulling out of that into turn 1. You don't want too wide in turn 1. You want to miss the AstroTurf. Joyce, we did say you want to miss the AstroTurf. Not quite missing the AstroTurf that time. But Mr. C still leading the way. Fastest lap so far is a 51.5 compared to the trucks with a 51.8. Ricky J still leading this trio of cars behind him, the Slipstream train. 3rd, 4th and 5th, all within a 10th of each other. AMG's probably the fastest of the two, but Ricky J's Subaru is wider than all of them. It is a very wide car. Just pulls out to burn off that penalty. There's DK10 and Duskivo to bounce about a bit, but not quite getting rid of that penalty. Going defensive. See if we go to the switch. Not only get the switch, we're going to run it out wide as well. That didn't go too well. That just Duskivo getting a move, and then up to 3rd. We're going to drop down the order down to 6th. Ricky J will go down, just running a little bit deep, trying to burn some of that penalty off. Dazzle will go around the outside. Ricky J will move up to 6th. 5th, staying 5th. Okay, we don't tired already. It's Sunday afternoon. Must be the ice cream. Predicted results. You don't use it. No, I don't. Try not to. So how we've been. Are you joining in the trucks tonight, Mr. C? I'm going to try and get that lobby open around 7 PM. I'm going to get the FIA trucks underway. Should be a good little crack. Just to pass the time on. I unlocked a few more levels on or Frank going wide there into turn 1. Ginger on the way off. Ooh, got a little bit of slide on, but kept it. They're still running around in 7th place. Mr. C still leading the way. 51.4, fastest lap so far. Looks 51.6. It's blue in that set. It's his personal best. The Skybar in 3rd. Dazzler up to 4th. Fighting with Ricky J in 5th. There's a yellow flag. That's the Skybar. He's got it wrong. I told you that corner will bite you. And it certainly did. Down to 6th from 3rd. Is he going to lose another spot? He certainly is. Big Frank then up to 6th. The Skybar 3rd to 7th. Not be impressed. Will not be impressed. And he's got the fastest lap as a 51.2 than previous. Certainly got the pace. I've just seen Ricky J climbing all over the back of the Mazda driver. Dazzler into 3rd. Ricky J up to 4th. DK10 in 5th. Oh, you not got it, bud. I got it when it was on offer, about £3.50. Yeah, I think it's back up to £18 now, though. Yeah, it's just something different, innit? Tuesday night went well as well. That was a good little race on Tuesday night. Really enjoyed that. Some good battling up the front. Top 4 putting on the right show. But Ricky J is in the slipstream of Dazzler. And I would like to think the Subaru is faster than the Mazda. But Dazzler's making it look pretty quick right now. I did struggle around St. Qualby in it for some weird and strange reason. I just couldn't gel with the car, but we managed to get it into 4th place nonetheless. In one race, was gifted it, to be fair, but we're there nonetheless. Slowly catching, currently sat in the 52s, chewing up my front tyres like a good one. The Skybar on his recovery drive is up to 6 now. He's done the Joyce, he's done Frank as well. Mr. C leading the way, got a bit of a gap brewing to the chalk. Who has certainly took a few sprint victories this season. I think he's took 5 or 6. Not quite sure. Holding most of them as well. Ricky J giving Dazzler the lights. Giving him a little bump drafter as well down into turn 1. Who's best of the rest here? Ricky J getting that one done. Dazzler running wide there. Where's DK10 in all this? He's too far back to make any sort of impression, but this guy was certainly catching as well. I did say on last Thursday stream that that Toyota is gifted in pace around tight technical corners like this. It's certainly proving it as well. Sacrificing the launch, cornering speed, gaining straight up on the back of these two already. DK10, Dazzler, the Skybar, or line astern. You're going to use all that AMG grunt. There was a bit of a squabble here for a bit of slipstream. We'll see how we get on, but the Skybar's got a bit. We'll go side by side with the Skybar down into turn 1. The sacrifice of Dazzler. I'm going to try and go 3 wide here. We'll try it at least. We'll go right round the outside if we can. Kept it clean. We've got the inside line. Having a look at Dazzler. I'm not going to get that move done, but we'll keep that done. We'll keep 5th for now. We'll push on. The Skybar putting on a show in the Toyota. There's the Joyce. Here he is. 7 minutes in. Running in 7th place. Not too bad. Qualified 4th. Bogged it off the start. So, not too bad for the Joyce. There's Big Frank in 8th place. It's like a good clean race as Big Frank. Always there, pick up points when and where he can. Ty Whisperer started in 3rd place, leading the way now, led it from team 1. Does love a bit of Suzuka, does love a bit of the GP track as well. As you can see, his tyres are pretty cushy compared to the car behind him, the identical car behind him. Chalk using more of his tyres than Mr. C. Chalk using a bit more fuel as well. Love to know how he marinades his tyres. Still a secret. I don't know what his secret is. You just see old Crawler down into turn 1 there. We're about to be lapped in the next couple of minutes, I would have thought. Ricky Jane third on the podium step. The Skyler's done DK10. Missed it. Not going to go back, but we missed it. The Skyler still holding the fastest lap of 51.1. Which in a Meg, you can do in about 49, but in these cars, it's fantastic. It's a fantastic lap. Now he's going to chase down Ricky J. We will pick up any points going. Chewing up that right, that left front there as well. Skyler just showing a bit of interest to Ricky J. Ricky J will make that car as wide as possible, as he has done in previous races. Dazzler dropped a nut, he's down in 6th, being chased down by Joycey as well. He's not too far behind now. If you can get him, he'll get that move done. Not scared of throwing one down the inside, is a Joyce. We'll see, I'll keep an eye on them two. Leader's just come around the bottom of the corner. There is Ricky J. We did see a little move. Skyler's in the slip down into turn 1. Side by side. Who's going to be later on the brakes here. We're going to try and go too wide. Seen it done earlier on. Going to keep it nice and tight. Defensive driving from Ricky J. Going to force him out wide. We will join the back of this group while they're scrapping. We will gain. How wide is just making that car, taking every corner, keeping it nice and tight, not giving no quarter to the Skyver. DK10 just close on the back of them as well. Skyver's going to have a look round the outside here. He's not going to get that move here. Got to get it timed right from the throw, not the inside of anybody there. That could be a big accident. And he's up the inside, got the drive out of the corner. We're going to join this one. On board, see how we get on. We've got a bit of slip. The Skyler's up to 3rd, but not too far. We're going to jump on the back end of the Skyler. Ooh, Ricky J just closing the door there, very abrupt, but we're not minding that. The Skyler then up to 3rd, got that move done. We're going to try and have a look at Ricky J, see if we get this move done. 11 minutes in, just 4 left to go. Little late dive over there, Ricky J going defensive again. We've got nowhere to go right now. Just have to pull out of that one and see Ricky J coming over. Last corner, we'll punish it again. Get this nice and tight. Don't put it too much because you will get penalised for it. We are in the slip of the Sky, but while we're scrapping away, let's pulled out a gap. He's back on the podium. We'll go around the outside here, see if we can get this one done. Pink car has been stalking me all season, and we're just going to run it out very wide again. We will lose that position and it's all over for us. Ricky J will laugh his head off. He's still in 4th. Sky was 3rd. Chalk 2nd, where he started is where he probably finished now. Mr. C leading the way very comfortably. You had a good weekend, bud? We had a good weekend. We didn't do too bad. We had our dinner. We was getting into the Grand Prix, then we decided to go to Wallerton Park and grab some ice cream instead. Yeah. I had my 5-lap nap, as you normally do when you watch Formula 1. I thought I've got to be up early in the morning. If I sleep there, I won't sleep tonight. So we got up, went to Wallerton Park, grabbed some ice cream, as you do. Come back, do this one. Do the Enduro. And then get cleaned up and get prepped for some racing on the trucks tonight. That seems to be the plan of the evening. So, not too bad. From Suzuka, I don't think they have been completed yet, because there was somebody wanted me to look at an incident which has been sorted out now, so I think they'll be done either Monday or Tuesday. But I know I want to see them after this race. I want to see the tables. I do. I really want to see the tables because it will be good. The racing was good. But where are we? 13 minutes in. I think it's pretty much a stalemate around the circuit now. A few gaps forming. This seems to be the tightest race on circuit. These two. Dazzler's down in 6th. Joyce is in 7th. Still not quite closing as quick as he'd like on Dazzler. And tyre becoming somewhat as an issue, and he treats it sideways all the way out of turn 1. Guzman says hellos to the fans. Just a quick hello, as you do. Just cuts a bit of grass as well. Not do his tyres any good at all. That's giving front end damage as well. Not help his cause. There's Big Frank still in 8th. Yeah. Well, it's pretty line astern now. It's pretty set in stone for the front two, I do believe, barring any incidents. Constant 52s for the chalk versus 51s. Put on a bit of pace. And just backed it down into the 52s. Not too bad. He's going to lap the Joyce very soon. It's a very easy circuit and very easy one to get wrong as well. The Joyce is being blue flagged. See the blue flags being over there. This guy over in 3rd, who's he coming up to? I think he will be lapping Big Frank. Certainly got a good aero pack car there in the Toyota. Just need to sort them launches out. Not getting any joy off the line. Losing a handful of spaces off the line. There's a final lap. Ricky J has already finished in 4th. DK10 in 5th. We'll stay with Mr. C. See him over the line. Started 3rd. He's going to win out the endurance, the sprint race. It's nice to have him in. I love it. There's someone to look up to and a good wing to follow as well. Dazzler finishing in 6th place. Mr. C winning the sprint race here at Suzuka East. The Joyce will come home in 7th. The Chalk will come home in 2nd place. Not too bad for the Chalk. With all the points. And Duskiver will come home in 3rd place. Good all the points as well. I'd say he got it bogged down. Got it bogged down on the start. But hey, he fought his way back. I'm going to load up the endurance race. It is, I mean, my front end was... yeah, my front end, I think it's just the fact that the car is proper nose heavy. And it was just screeching across the circuit. Absolutely took the mick to get right. But Group 3 wasn't too bad. We'll see. We'll see how we get on. Loading that up. There's the sprint race. Where you finish in the sprint is where you start in the endurance. So let's get that all sorted out right now. And where you start, Mr. C won the sprint. He will start 1st in the endurance race. 40 minutes around Suzuka GP. Chalky 12 will start 2nd place. The Sky will start in 3rd. Ricky J will start 4th. DK10 will start 5th. Dazzler 6th. Joyce 7th. Big Frank in 8th. Now we want to go and sit with DK10 just to see this Group 3 Toyota off the line, because it does get Toyota. Need to get it sorted. He is complaining about the launch, but like they say, they've got good cornering grip, but is it really what he needs right now? I don't think it is. We've changed the view too early yet. That's what we want. We'll stay there. 40 minutes. There's a mandatory pit stop in this one as well. A little bit of TC for launch, so I don't go sideways off the line. I did it once around the Red Bull ring, and we're away. As you can see, that Toyota is very slow off the line. We're going to go side by side with Ricky J straight away. He's getting a bit of slipstream from Cutler, as is the chalk off Cutler as well. We're going to go right around the outside. Be careful of the green stuff. We will take third place. Ricky J will drop to fourth, and the Joyce up to fifth. Didn't have a good showing around the Nordschleife. Used that many engines. We thought VW were going to go bankrupt, but managed to scrape an engine together to come to Suzuka tonight. A little bit wide there from Ricky J. Oh, a little bit of clamping there. That was the incident we was talking about. That's put Ricky J right down the order. Oh, he's got to do a full lap. That's a front damage, full both left side wheels, engine damage and rear aero damage to boot as well. But Mr. C leading the way in the RSR. Reckons he could have gone all the way on his tyres and his tank of fuel. Runs to a pace as DK10 has a look at the chalk on the hairpin. Full send. That was a full send. I do love this Group 3 AMG, but only on certain tracks. Yeah, my steering wheel was set to ACC. So obviously, if let's say in the ACC I used the AMG Mercedes, or as we're trying to cut the nose off the chalk, they're both running wide, dropping down the order very fast. That takes Big Frank up to fifth. Yeah, I have to have the steering to match the car. So if the steering angle on the car is like it runs at 260 or 240, I have to change my steering on the Logitech setup to match the car when I'm on PC. And I didn't change it for GT. I just unplugged it and plugged it in the PlayStation. And it obviously, if you don't turn it off at the plug, it keeps the settings. So yeah. If you watch my red mark down there, even though it says I'm going full on the steering wheel, it don't feel full. I'm scrubbing the front end off the tyres. As we're going to have a look down the inside of Frank there, we'll just pull out of that one. Yeah, the caught his rear quarter and chalk his hand in the back. The top three in there will get up the order. The top three in the sprinting endurance race have to run the medium and hard tyres, but not Mr. C. He's on the mediums all the way. He can run the softs as well, as he wasn't in the top three for this one in the tables as yet. But it's going to be close come the end. Dazzler up to second place. He's running the racing soft straight out the back. He's got to run the mediums yet. He's certainly coming to his own. It's only his second season ever. Took some time to get to grips with season 1. Obviously we didn't run no TC back then, we didn't run any driving aids apart from ABS. So it was a harsh learning curve to have, but certainly got to grips very quickly, and certainly mixing it up with the boys. And the Joyce will get a nosebleed if he stays this high up for very long. He's in third place, he's got a Dust Diver chasing him down, he's got a bit of a penalty to get rid of. Joyce having a better race than last week. It was at the Nordschleife where it was very unforgiving. Aldo win out on that one. He does love the Nords, does Aldo. Not with us tonight, losing double points tonight is Aldo, so any points to be given tonight will everybody will certainly be glad of. It will just bring that table closer together. Yeah, I think I need to do more research into it. Just seeing Big Frank and DK10 having a little position swap there. Looks like Big Frank got the better drive out of there. We'll follow these down into turn 1 as we've got a big slip off the mighty rear wing of the Aston Martin. The Germans against the Brits again. Send it down the inside. Getting that move done. Hugging a tighter line. We will get that done nice and clean as you like. Yeah, I think I need to do that. Need to set them up. But I have got a G29 in the box, brand new still. So I'm building another rig, you see. So I don't have to keep flicking about, changing everything. So I'm going to build my own rig out of a projector and a monitor. So yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to building one of those. Chalk on a recovery drive down in 7th place on the mediums. Got crowded out earlier on. And then his nose cut off by DK10. He would not be impressed with that. But like I said, it's early yet. Only 5 minutes in. Got 35 left to go. Ricky J's on a recovery. He's already pitted. He's on the racing mediums now. And I dare say he might have to make another stop. Mr. C leading the way, managing his time, and his tyres are looking good compared to Dazzler, who's already taking a bit of red wear out of them. We've got a fast lap of 2:02. So he's doing well to hang on to the rear wing of Mr. C. I dare say it's going to be close. Yeah, you know, to say he's never raced in the sim before, last season was his first season ever. Went out and just bought a PlayStation, bought a rig, got himself a little monitor, and then just started racing. Yeah, he got his award. I handed him his award last week for most improved driver. That went down to driver's vote. So certainly come in. I think the race that I've seen sighted glimpses of pace was around not Saint Croix, Sardegna the other week. Sardegna, when he had a good race around Sardegna. Just having a look there, Joyce and Duskiver. I did see it up the road. Duskiver getting it done down the inside on the Joyce. He's back on the podium as well. Don't really want to push too hard around here. Joyce winning a little bit of TC, but he's not going to give that place up too easy. But Duskiver fighting his way through, getting it done on the podium. He is. Ooh, Joyce winning just a little bit deep there. EK10 gained quickly after that. Sitting on a 201.4. Ooh. I dare say that got ruined. I actually tried again, you know, to get that fastest lap, and it just didn't work. Really didn't work. Yeah. Big Frank in 6, having a good little race on the racing mediums. Going strong. Talk not too far behind, he's gaining as well. He's on a 201.6 as well. 204th, all in all by himself, Ricky J so far. Pit stop still yet to come in. Dazzler's using a lot more fuel, a quarter and a half, compared to the quarter that Cutler's used. First guy to ever do a no stop in my league was this guy. Yeah, he is. Is that you on about Dazzler? Yeah. I say he can be, yeah. But when he first started, I was going to nickname him the Q after somebody else that was previously nicknamed the Q, because some of the moves and his braking like 200 meters away from the corner, and we was like, Jesus Christ, he got ploughed into quite a few times. Yeah, it was certainly an eerie first season, but we brought him along. He's not doing too bad so far. Not doing too bad at all. 202, 202.7s, 202.9s. Skyver just preaching into the 201.7s. Gonna have to maintain them tyres. Not really a strategy involved, it's just how far you can go. That's how I like to think of it anyway. Just how far you can go on your tyres and how long you can make your fuel last. I didn't make my fuel last all that much longer, as we've already done the Joyce up to 4th. There we go. I just went all out, flat out me. See what happens. That was the plan. Chalk certainly not too far now from Frank. He has gained as well. Frank's in 204s, 205s. Chalk's hit here's the Chalk ease into the 201s and the 202s. And you can just see Frank in front of him as well. His tyre's looking a bit fresher than Frank's. This guy got pulling away from DK10. He's not too far behind the front too either. Just see a bit of wear kicking on that left front. Don't want to drive it too much. The front two are just coming down here now. Dazzler, we'll see how he gets on. See if he goes flat through 130 up. It can be done if you get it right. Full lift. And a little bit of ease the throttle back on. I think there was probably twice out of the whole race I got that flat. And I can't remember where my turning point was. Yeah. As we're certainly not doing too bad in the early stints here. Certainly picking some slipstream up as well, which will help him along. Going to be a little bit gingerly there. You don't want to hit that AstroTurf, it will punish you. This guy was not too far now, he's catching the front too. Although his front tyres are a little bit better condition than Dazzler's, who's certainly punishing the fronts and the rears compared to Mr. Caesar. Pretty fresh then, Mr. C. How much he's taken off. He will certainly be feeling the front end turn on that now. Have to brake a bit earlier, turn a bit earlier, get it all done before you get to the corner. And this guy went purple in sector 2, or 3 even. So I'm having a drink of tea as we go along. If I keep going quiet, slurping my brew. Who loves a cup of tea? There's DK10 just dropping off, still got the fastest lap, back in the 201s. Rip them mediums to bits. Got a bit of a gap now to the joist. Yeah, I had to really come down the gears to get the nose of this car turned in. That's probably because I didn't change my steering wheel settings, don't know what it was, but I had to really down gear it to get the nose to turn in. As this guy will go flat through 130 up. No, just lets the car do the work. Back on the throttle. I didn't go flat, didn't get it right like that. Remember that lap. So up to 6, he's done Frank. Not too far, everyone else is just going down the straight. He's not too far behind the joist to be fair. You see the joist just in front. Driving the wheels off this RSR, chewing up his mediums. They was pretty fresh a lap or two ago. Constant 201, so not too bad, certainly pushing. Yeah, he's pretty lonely there in 8th. Got all most of the circuit to himself. Nearly a lap down. But everybody's got a pit, so it just matters when. Might bring it back into play. It's a pretty long pit stop here. Mr. C holding his own. Just bouncing around the 202s, the 203s. Just kind of getting a bit squeamish out that second Lesmo there. Missed his apex. Got a good drive out though. 2 different lines being taken through there. Just kind of taking a tighter line compared to Dazzler's mid-centre track line. Not be too long before he starts getting into the slipstream. Certainly pulling away from DK10 these 3. Does love a bit of a technical circuit as described here as well. And he loves Mount Panorama. He loves going down the dip over the park. Depending on what car I'm in. Yeah, I did have a go at that. That is actually a game I went on the simulator down the East Coast. I'd love to know what system they run their Project Cars 2 on, because it's like 3 TVs and a motion sim rig, and it looked absolutely fantastic. And I don't know what settings they've got it on either, because obviously I can't get into the settings to see what it is, but yeah, I'd love to know what console they run it on, because it looked absolutely mint. That Mount Panorama, brilliant. Next time I go, I'll take a video of it. You can have a look. Instead up there, you've got the joist and the chalk coming together now, down to turn 1. Chalk's got all the slip in the world he'll need. You can leave it late, push down the inside. The joist didn't defend that line. Chalk getting that move done as clean as you like. And up to 6. Big Frank is in the pits. A little bit squeamish there from the joist. Sounds more like a second-hand engine, that one, Joyce. Must be a rebuild from Nerbs. Getting his fuel in lap 7. So, Jesus, it's an early start. Probably could have gone 1 or 2 more laps with the fuel he had in there. But on the mediums, got a full tank of gas now. And he'll be off and up the road. Here's the seat. Big Frank just coming through the chicane here at the top of the circuit. Not too far behind Big Frank now. With everybody else. Not too far behind. Bit of a gap forming between Mr. C and Dazzler. Still holding on to second place, driving really well. Skyver, I think, is just biding his time, waiting for a move. We'll get a whiff of slipstream heading down to 130R. Is what he's looking for. He's in the tyre marks of that Mazda. Gaining all the time. Bigger lift there from Dazzler's under Skyver. The Skyver's going to have a look at the inside, not thought about it. He's shown interest. Probably want the right time to get that move done. But we've got turn 1. See if he has another look into turn 1. Right under the rear wing now. Dazzler's not going defensive. Just Skyver's just having a look. We're going to go later on the brakes. Oh, a little bit of door bang in there. They say that's not needed, but tried to come over, cut it too late. The Skyver just come out of that. DK10 is in the pits from 5th. Joyce is in the pits in 6th. That promotes Chalk up to 4th place. Not too far now is the Chalk. What's down the order is back up to 4th. Fuel going in for DK10. There's the Chalk just coming through the S. As you can see on the track map, he's really not that far away from the top 3. It's just a matter of when compared to these. I think Dazzler is the one on the lowest fuel. He missed the C, he just got just under half a tank. The Skyver might get this one into the chicane. He's having a look. If he throws it up the inside, Dazzler takes a wider line for the cutback. The Skyver's on the inside. The Skyver getting that move done as well, getting a better exit. His tyres on Dazzler's car are absolutely shot. That won't have helped his exit out of there. Won't have helped him slowing down into it either. It's still on the podium. I think it's time for pit stops, boys. Especially for Dazzler. Dazzler pit this lap. I think the Skyver could go again. But we shall see. Mr. C ain't got a pit at all yet. Look at that, how do you manage that? I know it's mad, isn't it? I don't know how you manage that. That's absolutely nuts. And you're holding first place as well all that time. 18 minutes in, got just under half a tank of fuel. Tyres looking pretty good too. The Skyver's going again. He's got just under a quarter of a tank. Dazzler's braving it out and going again. He's got half a quarter of a tank. And his tyres are absolutely screaming for mercy. The Skyver, say that, Chalk 12. Tyres, yeah, he's about ready to change as well. He's going to have to come in at some point. He's got a quarter of a tank. Got the fastest lap on a 2 minute .9, 2 minute flat. Yeah, dipping into the 159s will be very impressive. Not what you want to be doing. Power sliding, ruining your racing softs as you out lap from the pits. 2 minute 0, 2-0. Yeah, it's a red lap. There's Big Frank running around in 6th. Joyce in 7th. Ricky J in 8th. He said he's pitted very early, did have damage. A couple of coming together with. He was feathering his throttle, getting his car to bounce through the S, so he wasn't really braking. And from the chat, all we can make out of that is that Joyce hit him in the rear, pushed him on the grass, and then obviously he spun on the grass, and then Joyce hit him again as he came across. But yeah, it was one of them. Joyce didn't know if it was braking or not. The car just slowed down under de-acceleration, so it was just one of them incidents. Magic. It looks like bloody magic as well. I'd love to know how you're doing, mate. I ain't got a clue. Do you turn your engine map down? Are you running 3? Or is you running full engine map? Because this guy was catching in that car as well on pretty used tyres and smidging of fuel compared. Well, you got about another 4 laps left in you there. But this guy was not pitting, neither was the car. He didn't need to, but this guy was not pitting. Daz was going for the undercut. He's in the pits. Well, he didn't undercut. He ain't got no fuel left. Got no tyres left either. He's going on to the medium tyres now. Where's DK10 in all this? Nowhere near Dazzler. Dazzler might come out pretty safe in 4th. Chalk then up to 3rd. Not too bad. He'll do well to get around on this on that red line in his fuel. Pull out the gap on the Dazzler as well if he can coax that car around to the end of the lap. Just backed off, slowing down each lap. What we got? Ooh. Don't know how you'd work that out. 0.9 in the tank probably. Dazzler's just exited the pits now. DK10's coming down the straight. The Dazzler team working well. Team Mazda getting him out as and when. This Big Frank not too far behind either in 6th. Joyce 7th. No engine damage this week. Very good to see. Ricky J's not too far behind either now. Don't really need to pit this lap, so we'll go around again. Mr. C still holding on. Bit of wear now coming on them rear tyres. There's a fuel wear burns off. Getting a little bit quicker. He's driving to a constant 202s, then just dipped into the 203.3s. Lift and coast. Skyver is in 2nd still. Not too far behind Mr. C. But he'll be pitting. Give Mr. C a bit of air. Just went deep into the chicane here to do Skyver. Missed his first apex. Got to let Mr. C go and pit, unfortunately. He'll be coming onto the racing arms now with the Skyver. The chalk is in as well. Racing arms for the chalk. $18 minutes still to go. Mr. C's got the chance to pull out a good lap. Yeah, it was a good strategy run, to be honest. Driving to them times was good, because you were just starting to get into under your rear wing, getting into your slipstream, so to maintain that pace as well and keep it how you do is fantastic. I think it's great. It's good to watch as well. It's good to learn once you know how. Yeah. It took me ages to realise how to burn a penalty following another car. It took me ages to learn how to do that. And I did it to the chalk in a league race, which he would have won, but obviously I lost my penalty behind him, and I won it on the line, and he rage quit. Yeah, but I did ring him up and tell him and explained it to him, and all I got in his crafty Cockney accent, you jammy bastard. Yeah, it was brilliant. Ricky J pits from 8th. Pit crew are ready to receive their man. Joyce in 7th. He's on a racing medium. His tyres aren't too bad, so he's used nigh on quarter of a tank, over quarter of a tank. So doing pretty well is the Joyce so far. As is Big Frank, running in 6th place. Doing really well on a racing soft. DK10 chewing up his racing soft. He's used as much fuel as the Joyce. Like driving the Titanic around here. Should be interesting next week as we head to Austria. The Red Bull Ring for the Group 3s, and the Group 4s will be doing the Red Bull infield. It'll be good. It'll be really good. Chalk catching the Dazzler. Mr. C is pitting now, and where is the Skyver? They're just going through the chicane. Mr. C is leaving. He's on the racing mediums and ooh. Good job you're good at maths, because I'm not. I ever fuel myself all the time, I do. So he's lighter than the cars behind. On the slower tyre. Or he's on the faster tyre compared to the two behind. The Skyver's on the racing odds. Mediums for Dazzler. Chalky's on the racing odds as well. So Dictator 159.838 for the chalk, yeah. Tasty like that. I can't do I can't do comms for the trucks, so I will stream my POV and I will try to commentate as I race, if that helps anybody, because I don't know if you can save the replays now. I went through the options to have a look to see if I could do, but it didn't look like it, but we will see. So the first round of pit stops made 2 for some due to damage, equaling Ricky J down in 8th place, but he's not too far behind the Joyce. You can see on the track map just there is Ricky J, there is the Joyce, and the Joyce is not too far behind Big Frank, who's just coming up to the hairpin through the second Lesmo. A little bit deep, but not too bad. Gets a good exit as well. EK10 in 5th, not too far behind the Chalk, who's chasing down the Dazzler. He's back on the podiums as well, certainly mixing it with the big boys this week. He's turned up, there we go, did miss last week. So, Chalk a bit late on the brakes there than the Dazzler as well. But just speaking earlier about his braking, it was just like to brake a little bit early. As you can see, the Chalk got a better exit. He's down the inside of Dazzler 67 already, heading down into turn 1. Who's got the better power unit? It's looking like the RSR right now. There's no slip involved here. You see DK10 in the background. Chalk getting that move done as nice as you like on the mod tyres versus Dazzler on the mediums. So not too bad from the Chalk. Mr. Skyver running in 2nd place. It's a little bit of a way off. There's about 4 seconds gap with the Skyver. Racing softs, manage them tyres, managing his fuel. Dipped into the 2-minute 2s. And he's going 4 times faster this lap as well. 28 minutes in. We've got 10 left to go, or 12 left to go. We do our qualifying in the morning around 5 AM, and then our sprint race is done in the dinner time, and then our endurances are done at night, which is fun. It's a pain in the arse when you're changing the lobbies, but it's a good crack nonetheless. We do love it. This GT7 would hurry up, then I can just set it and it'll be done itself. All the lighting changes, the rain can come in and do what it's got to do, spice it up a bit, but a lot of people falling out of love with GT7 at the moment. We shall see. We need to get it sorted. I was reading through the grapevine on the GT7 forum that they're going to be you're going to be able to sell your cars on GT7. I mean, it's not an update I wanted to hear about, but I want an update where you can get your lobby sorted out at least. Unless it's a bigger update than the 4, but it does seem a bit rushed again, if I'm honest. It is what it is. Another reason why we brought out the FIA trucks, and they're bargaining for a couple of quid, so yeah, thought we'd give it a crack. But Mr. C's got a bit more of a gap now to Skyver. He was just falling into the clutches of the Chalk here. He was pulling away from Dazzler 67. DK10 by any instance was staying 5th. Can do well. Them racing softs are a little bit worse for wear. Might have to splash and dash. 2:09. And front tyres are not fantastic at all on a nose heavy car like that. Absolutely chewed them to bits. There's Big Frank as well. Bit of weird growing on the Aston. There's the Joyce. He's looking good on them mediums. Might have to splash and dash himself for fuel. 30 minutes in, 10 to go. Yeah, I dare say he's got to pit again. Don't think Ricky J will have that issue. Mr. C. Concentration levels was... Oh, you want to sell the game? Should donate it over to MRC to those that haven't got it. I did do a little donation myself, and yeah. If I hadn't bought the digital copy, that's what I would have done. Yeah, I would have done the same, to be fair. If it weren't for the graphics looking red hot, you know, but yeah. Need to get a couple more going. Been pretty been racing bar the incident was seen between Joyce and Ricky J, but you gotta concentrate all the time around here. This track can be very unforgiving as well if you get it wrong. The chalk not too far behind, took a big chunk of that corner out as well, did the chalk. I see just Sky we're doing the 204s, the 202s. Chalk's in the 202s as well. If I would give you it back. Yeah. That's true, that is. But you know what? I went in game the other day and I was having a look just to see what's on the shelves, looking for ideas like you do. And I've seen that many pre-owned GT7 games on the shelf. It was unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Even CEX had pre-owned, and even in Cash Monkeys with Beeston where I live, because I was looking for some gigabyte speakers, and they normally have a set in every other week, and they didn't have them on this particular week. And there's I bet you there's about 4 or 5 GT7s in there as well. Yeah, you know, all the hype has gone down the swan, and it absolutely ruined it. We'll find out, won't we? I'm sure you did. I literally drove the tyres off this car for that. It took me ages to get that lap. I was like, nobody's beating that. Dazzler running around, still in 4th. Good showing from the Dazzler. Chalk driving to survived up to 3rd on the podium. Not doing too bad, and he's catching Duskiver, who's got half a second to try and lose on a guy that is pushing in 3rd place. Must be getting a little bit of slipstream off Duskiver. He's just phasing just a little bit, heading down to 130R. The Chalk is there as well, certainly closing in on the Chalk. Under braking as well, good under brakes. Duskiver trying to burn that penalty still. Chalk then up to 2nd place. Duskiver can't re-overtake with the penalty, so he's doing well to lose the penalty, lose only 1 spot as Dazzler is there now. He might get a bit of tow. EK10 is in the pits. He did have to splash and dash. That's the tyre wear on, and Racing R is looking pretty good. Chalk's is just a bit better than Duskiver's. Dazzler's got a wear on the Racing mediums, but running well. 202s, 203s, not too bad on the Racing mediums. Mr. C and Racing Soft just under half a tank of fuel. We've got 7 minutes to go. Just pacing himself, biding his time. 2:34 was the pit stop, then came around, did a 2-minute 2. And it's constant 202, 201, 202s after that. So pacing himself, but I dare say the concentration levels were very high. I think it was a Sterling lap, to be fair, because what was the fastest lap? It was a 202.9. I think it comes in pretty short soon. I think it comes in pretty soon. Which you get 2 bonus points for the fastest lap. You do get 2 bonus points for the fastest lap. because we took it out the sprint, with the sprint only being 15 minutes. We took that point out, put it on the endurance race. Obviously the race is 40 minutes. It's just to give all the other drivers the chance to, if they want to, like I just did, go in the pits, put on a fresh set of softs, go for the fastest lap. But obviously the people in the top 3 can't do that because they have to run the medium and hard tyres. So yeah, this week's tables will certainly be interesting. They will be out Monday, I do believe. There's a 201.5. What is this lap? It didn't go in purple, but I know it's coming. 5 minutes left to go. And a bit of a train falling. Chalks in second from just Ivering through. He lost the penalty and lost that second place too. Last season's runner-up to Aldo, the double champ. The Chalk finishing third again for 2 seasons in a row. It does. They put on a good show. Doing well to hang on to the coattail of these two, to be honest. Certainly putting on a really good drive in the Mazda. Got to be said. This guy just messing around for fun. Best set of softs. Just under half a tank of fuel. 4 minutes left to go. There's Big Frank not too far behind DK10 after that pit stop, so see what comes of that. There's the Joyce in 7th place. In a good little race. Better than last week. Did send us a picture of his scrapyard of engines. That's in the chat. The man of the movement, leading from start to finish in the RSR. Should do well in this car around Red Bull next week, I believe. Should be a good one. Looking forward to the sprint race, if I'm honest. I'm looking forward to that one more than any other race. Just for turn 2 and 3. That's certainly going to catch a few out, I do believe. That should be good. Yeah, and you did a little test. We will get out of 3rd gear. Probably once or twice. 201.5 so far. Two laps left to go. Mr. C has got the whole straight all to himself. Might be coming up to lap a few cars by the next lap as well. Chalk in 2nd place. These 3 pretty line astern so far. Probably about half a second between them all. Well, the gaps between them all at least. Not getting a good drive out of there, to be honest. Pretty more stable under acceleration. Not using the car to the best of that ability right now. There's Big Frank not too far behind either still. Joyce and Ricky J will become one very shortly. They were all saying that Ricky J runs it out wide where you don't want to be. It's a tyre here. Joyce on a fresh set of racing softs. Racing softs are pretty looking used for Ricky J. It's not too bad. Please go flat. Not at all. Off the throttle, turning on the car, let the car engine brake, and then plants the accelerator back on as well. Oh, you see a bit slidey there. Tyre weight, not giving him what he needs. I'm itching to see if this works. Tyre's going to take a beating, yeah, he will. You're going to get absolutely smashed, aren't you? No, I was bored at Red Bull. Well, I'm looking forward to. I think that's another long pit stop as well, isn't it, with the endurance? If I'm not mistaken, a good 18-19 second pit stop. And there's the fastest lap at 2:08.815. Nothing I could do about it now. I didn't even notice until I heard the little words of sorry in the chat. I was like, for what? I didn't even know what had gone off. I really didn't know what had gone off. The Skyler catching back up with a chalk. Dazzler's just dropped off the back of them now. That'll be the front end tyre weight. He's going to have to get it all done before he gets in the corner now. It's a Dazzler. He'll have to get that car slowed down and turned in on a pivot. And what has happened here? What has happened to the chalk? This is the final lap. The chalk has had an incident. DK10 will finish in 5th. Big Frank will come home in 6th. But what's happened to the chalk? He's got front aero and front right damage. And Dazzler's not too far behind. He's just got tyre wear issues. He's got damage. Big Frank comes home in 6th place. That's Mr. C. We'll keep an eye on you there. Dazzler's closing on the chalk. Definitely closing, hammering that accelerator. Wants to get around onto the rear wing of the chalk. Probably getting down to 130R. As that's where Mr. C is heading right now. We'll get there, keeping my eye on Mr. C. Dazzler running it out wide. You don't want to get it there. Oh, it was pushing and binned it. That's all over. That's all over for Dazzler. There's Mr. C, led from start to finish, managed his tyres, managed his fuel, takes the fastest lap, 25 on the night, add your 2, that's 27 points for this race. Fantastic drive, Mr. C. The Skyver will come home and claim 2nd spot, 2nd step on the podium, 20 laps, 40 minutes endurance, cracking little race. There you go, the Skyver and chalk. With his damage will hang on, just hang on. I reckon Dazzler would have had him there. I reckon he had a bit of a squeaky bum time, but a great drive nonetheless from Dazzler, certainly putting on the pressure on the big boys up front. He will come home and finish in 4th place. Great drive by the Dazzler. Wow, what a race. That was a good race. Really enjoyed that. Like I said, we are heading to Red Bull Ring on Thursday. And as for Tuesday night, we're all heading Tuesday night for the Group 4s. Let me just get that up straight away. We'll see where they're heading. Oh dear. Team manufacturers are heading to Dragon Trail Gardens. The Group 4s, the team manufacturers, and we should have an eye on every driver back on the field, so the team should be back up to full strength. We was missing a couple of drivers last week for St. Croix Beat due to the Forest game, but they will all be back on. Yes, I'm really looking forward to it, mate. Really looking forward to Red Bull. Should be a brilliant race. Should be a brilliant race. And the tables, the top 4, I dare say that will be very tight after this week's tables are done. That should be fantastic. Certainly catapulted Mr. C up the order. 2 wins on the night. So all in all, I reckon you've taken 25 a day or 28, 33, 35 points on the night, if my maths are correct, but I'm not good at those. That's taking 8 points for the sprint win, 25 for the endurance win, and 2 for fastest lap. Add that to your 69. You can do the maths. Should be good. Should be very good, and it should be very close at the top of the table too. Chalk put on a drive, rounding out. He got on the podium. Just hung on to the podium as well. If Dazzler hadn't made that mistake running it out wide, he did have a little bit of tyre wear of an issue, but if he hadn't buried his throttle on the green stuff, he would have been there challenging for that 3rd place. But squeaky bum time. You might, I dare say you might, Mr. C, but we will see. We will see. If not, it's going to be a point or 2 about, I reckon. I really can't wait to see this table when it comes out. I really can't wait. But no, you might be get away with it. You might get one more race on the racing mediums and the racing softs. So we shall see, hey. But even so, you still have to pit to change them. You're going to be run racing mediums and racing hards if you do. But yeah, should be a good one. Looking forward to the FIA trucks tonight. That will come on around 7, half 7. I will live stream my POV. We'll try and get some onboard comms done if we can. And that starts tonight. That's just running for 6 weeks, just to get the flavour. See how that one takes off. I've finally got FIFA sorted out, got that set up. So FIFA Pro Clubs will be starting soon as well. I just need to put the feelers out, put the ad up, get that one done. Got to pick a day when we're going to run that game as well. But in the meantime, have a good rest of your Sunday. I have been DK10. This has been the Group 3, Group 4 sprints. I'll see you later. Be safe.